Today, I finished up a really complicated case. Polygamy is extremely rare in this country, in part because it's illegal. This family, with one man and his 4 wives, brought the broken rules of their relationship into divorce court.
Divorce court is now in session.
Sekhmet, as the first wife, you had the obligation or the responsibility of picking the next wives. Daudi, you have 3 other wives other than Sekhmet. There's Dina there. We have Charlotte and Alexandria. Hello, Charlotte and Alexandria. And all 4 of you are still currently married to Mr. Shabaka, but Sekhmet, you want to leave. Yes. You were saying to me, because I was questioning at one juncture his ability to meet the emotional needs of so many women. You say he is, in fact, able to do that. Why don't you explain that to me?
He's a Romeo behind closed doors. He's going to make you feel so loved. He's going to make it seem like you're the only woman on earth, even though you know he have everybody else. It's just like what he gives is like a dream, and you can't wait to return back to it, so you wait.
Can you co-sign on that?
Exist
when he's with you, he's all yours,
he's all
exclusive.
mine.
You're the only woman in the world.
Yes.
Charlotte and Alexandria, do you feel that way too when he's with you?
Yes. Yes, I do. I feel like even when he was somebody else, he's still thinking about me, even with the other wives.
Charlotte, I like you.
Always
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Alexandria,
Yes.
let me ask you this. Do you feel the same since you stepped out of the marriage? There must be a time at which you did not feel that you were loved and cared for sufficiently.
This is correct. I did feel that way, but when I stepped out, I kind of felt like, oh, the grass is not as green on the other side.
So you got out there and found that the other dude wasn't as good as the one you had, even if only you had a 4th of him.
Right.
There's no 4.
No, I get the whole thing.
You get the whole
get the
thing.
whole
So
thing.
you get the whole thing. So
I
you
get the
don't feel
whole
like you are sharing so much
No, I
as you get
don't.
everything you need from him.
I do. The only time I feel like I'm sharing is when we all having dinner. Like, that's when we share. Other than that, I get everything that I need.
Okay. What do you think is the problem between Sekhmet and Daudi?
They just don't communicate the same. You know, everybody have their own language.
Right.
They don't speak each other's language. For instance, when they have issues, they'll bump heads, and then each of them will call me like, girl, he did this, or he'll call me like, babe. So let me tell you what she said. And I'm able to rationalize things with the both of them and bring them down. But then when they get back together, they forget the conversations that we just had.
Okay. Let me play
He
devil.
doesn't respect my leadership roles. I mean, I
Well,
bring him
hang on. That's the question that I have, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here because this is not my belief system. So I'm going out left of where I live, but here it is. If you have a relationship where 4 women and 1 dude and he's the king, you can't have it so that you in charge. Do you understand what I'm saying? You voluntarily entered into a relationship that designates a head and that has 4 people around that head, and then you've determined that you're not going to respect his position as such head.
Judge, we have rules. The rules is that we made for this family is we're supposed to live together. When we live together, we have more money. We have more resources.
So are you upset that you each have your own house?
Yeah, no, I don't know. We're supposed to live together so we can get that money into our businesses.
Okay.
But
now,
if everybody's staying
Sekhmet, hang on. I see who the problem is. Don't ain't nobody have to tell me. I see. What else is he doing that he's not following the spiritual guidelines?
It's important if you got a bunch of people together, everybody's going to have their own opinion. Okay? And so we need to take it to do the readings and follow them. That's how we become successful. That's how our ancestors became successful and the people in our spiritual
What she
group.
don't understand, Judge, is that spiritual journey is between him and God. She don't get to say when that happens.
Okay.
But
Mr. Shabbat, let me ask you this, though, and I want you to hear me, though, for a second. You're satisfied with what you got, and I'm glad you're happy with what you have. My question to you is this. Is he taking advantage of his position? Having a lot of wives and having multiple wives is multiple responsibility. You have to be a stronger, more forthright. You can't be as selfish in certain respects when he's dealing with other women, when he's not you know, bringing you together in one house. He's getting all the benefits of being the king, but not providing the right structure and responsibilities.
At the end of the day, Judge, he's still just a man. And we all have a journey on this earth. He just a little slower in here, so I respect that. And I understand what she's saying, too. That's why I took a step back, too, to give him time to get where he needs to get so that we can all elevate together.
Charlotte?
Yes.
Are you in agreement that he's in the process of elevating and you just need to step back and give him time? Or are you unhappy with what he's putting on the table with respect to the four of you?
I can respect him doing his business and taking his time. I've even helped him and all the wives in their businesses. So I can respect that from a business aspect, from a business point. However, when it comes down to the girlfriends or the extra stuff that I mentally just can't, I can comprehend it, but it messes with me so much that I stepped away from Daudi for a little bit, for a time period. So,
do you know why she's so angry? Do you know what she's angry about?
Because this is why everybody has a problem. See, as you can see, outstanding. I don't do conflict well. You know, I don't engage in. I have so many things going on between my businesses, managing my household, dealing with the children and everything that we have. I'm constantly involved with things outside of the home, even though home is my priority. So I don't bicker. I don't have time to bicker. So because they are together a lot and they spend a lot of time communicating, it's almost like poison in a well. You know, she believes something, and because she's the
She's
first
so strong and outspoken.
Right. So she goes and talks to one, you know, individually, and then next thing I know, everybody's coming at me. And like she said, sometimes when I come home, I would choose to go a different route as opposed to sit there and fight for women.
He acts super, he's like single, like he's a bachelor. He don't wear his wedding ring. On top of that, he never told the lady he has a wife. They just going and she still don't know about
Mr.
us.
Shabaka, did that happen? Have you been living together for years but find that splitting up is as complicated as getting a divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Divorce Court. Alexandria, do you think that Sekhmet is the source of all of dissension in the home, or do you believe that your husband has a larger role than he's copping to?
I think it's a little bit of both. Sekhmet is definitely very involved in everyone's lives, our businesses and things of that nature. She is a little bit manipulative. I'm not even going to lie about that. But I also think that he can own up. He could own up to a lot of his part in that. You know, we should be living with him. You know, that is a point of tension in our relationship, most definitely.
Here's what I got to say to you about that. You don't have the luxury of opting out. You don't have the luxury of not dealing with the conflict. You don't have the luxury of stepping back and letting the window, because that's not fair. I mean, if you want to get all of the benefits of having 4 women, 4 incomes, 4 loves, 4 sex lives, you know, 4 intimacies, then you have to do things that are uncomfortable for you, because it's uncomfortable for them to share each other. So you have to be uncomfortable to the extent that you have one wife who's not flowing in the mix. You can't just back up and call her and moan and whine about your other wife.
I call and I may discuss with other wives in regards to what's going on. But like I said, I just choose not to do the bickering thing. You know, like, as you can see, she's very headstrong, and she feels that she should be running the show. You know, and that's really not the way things are set up. You know, the way things are set up is that it's not her or I who dictate what's going on. But for whatever reason, she feels that she can state and say what and who that's supposed to be.
Okay, what is supposed to dictate what's going on?
What's supposed to dictate that is living by the order of our religion. So it's God first, And we have various different ways that we
He
consult.
won't let me help run his
She's
business.
cutting me
He
off.
won't let me come in and run the business, his businesses. He go out and find
this is the
other people
problem.
to do it instead of me.
Okay, now, Sekhmet, let me ask you this. Are you hard to deal with?
You know what I tell him? Look, just tell me what needs to be done and I do it. He don't need to sit down and micromanage me. I have enough leadership skills. He gets mad and say, well, you can't run the business and I'm going to go get somebody else. And that's what the problem is. I don't know these other women calling me, cussing me out. You know, he went and...
You have women...
Just listen to this. He acts super, he like single, like he's a bachelor. He don't wear his wedding ring. On top of that, he never told the lady he has a wife. They just going and she still don't know about us.
Mr. Shabaka, did that happen?
I'm just lying right
Did
here.
a woman call you that you were dealing with on some level and curse her out?
Yes.
Okay.
When I call my husband late at night and you don't answer my phone call, right off top, I know you ain't at work, boo. I know you're not doing anything else.
If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Divorce Court. Dina, do you believe he's seeing other women?
No, and I didn't get that memo about nobody calling, no phone. And like I said, Your Honor, this is already a bit much to deal with. He know I don't do extra. So nobody's calling my phone. Don't nobody call. His phone don't ring when he with me.
And I don't call her and tell her because I don't want to get, I know how Keisha is. That's her nickname. Dinah.
Alexandria, do you believe he's seeing other women?
Yes, I think he does. Deep down in my heart, I think he is seeing someone else.
Charlotte, do you believe he's seeing another woman?
Yes.
And what is your best evidence of that?
My best evidence of that is when I call my husband late at night to give some sweet information to his eardrums, and you don't answer my phone call, right off top, I know you ain't at work, boo. I know you ain't working on no house. I know you not cleaning no carpets. I know you not doing anything else. So why you not answering your phone?
He could be doing one of his other wives.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unless they getting in the sheets and they getting buck wild, he could answer the phone.
Because that's one of the things that if you are with another wife, he does answer the phone when he's with us.
We don't jealousy going on in between our family. Is when he don't answer the phone is what causes that little bit of that inkling of intuition. And then with Sekhmet being the hound dog and the PI that she is, she sniff out anything 2, 3, 4 miles away. It's easy for us to be able to be like, okay, you on a punishment. No.
That's not much of a punishment. He got a lot of options. I'm not sure if that's going to be successful
we
for you.
We come together on that. He on punishment from all of us until we figure out what's going on.
You all put him on punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, tell me when you would tell me a time when you put him on punishment.
I don't have any issues personally. Like I said, when he's with me, he's with me. Nobody else exists. I don't have issues with any other wives than my girls. We good. But when 3 out of the 4 have an issue, we all got an issue. It affects the entire family,
So you put him on punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
She did, too.
Is there ever a time where all 4 of your wives are refusing to sleep with you?
It does happen. It has happened, I should say.
It has happened. That'll change your conduct quickly, I would imagine.
I mean, it's not only that. It would change.
I mean, I'm just saying on a very, very basic level, it would change that.
Yeah.
If Sekhmet leaves, will everything be okay? I mean, is the problem so isolated that her absence will resolve it?
Most people are used to having 1 wife. I have 4, which means that I deal with the things that normal men deal with times 4.
Right.
You know, so there are sometimes, and I know what you're saying in regards to, I don't have the luxury to put my head in the sand sometimes, and that's not really what I do, because I have to be able to maintain the foundation that we have here.
I got it.
So,
I got it.
I think
you didn't answer my question, but okay.
I'll answer it for you, Judge.
What?
She's a very integral component of the family dynamic. If she leaves, the problem will not go away. because we all rely on each other. We need each other. We are so comfortable and connected that if she goes, then it's like the machine is missing an integral part.
Okay, well put. In divorce court, people tell me the most intimate details of their lives. Join the conversation and share your experience on our Twitter page @Divorce Court and on our Facebook page. See how fans deal with their own relationships. The discussion can get heated. Don't miss it. Mr. Shabaka, your Sekhmet wants $5,000 that represents what she says is her contribution to the value of furniture, television set, Chinese statue, bulldog statue. You got a lot of statues, bulldog statues, all of that. You want in return $1,200 for the return of your laptop. Do you deny that Sekhmet has the right to leave with some of the things that she has introduced into the marriage as a function of her work?
I never refused her the ability to take things with her when she left. You know, like she said, she leaves periodically. Mm-hmm. There's things that we've purchased. She's purchased, I've purchased, everybody's purchased.
But she's put a dollar value on it.
Right.
$5,000. Do you think that's unreasonable?
I mean, you're talking about some things that have been 4, 5, 6 years old. I'm not sure what the values are on those things, but
No.
She's been in the marriage for 6 years.
Right.
She's bought $5,000 worth of stuff that she can take out. That's what I'm telling you right now. She's bought $5,000 worth to take out. Okay. What about that $1,200 in the laptop?
I mean, that's something that I only asked for because, number one,
I bought it.
Did you give it to him?
He had.
Did you give it to him?
I did give it to him.
Then it is his.
But I bought it.
No. You will return it. I have said that. $5,000 in favor of Mrs. Shabaka. The laptop will be returned to you. But let me say this. You cannot function within the context of the relationship and be an alpha dog. You just can't. You can do it with 2 people maybe, but you can't do it in the context with 5. You just can't do it. There's got to be one alpha dog. That's the way it works out. That's why there's so much contention and constraint. And you've got to decide what it is you want. And if you want this relationship to work in the way that it's working, then you have to allow him his humanity and allow him his failings, which seem to be few given as much exertion that is required of him. Emotionally, economically, there's a lot of exertion going on there, and he seems to be doing okay with it, and all the meat and the stars, all that kind of thing. Don't we worry about that too much. I will say that to you. I would say I would not be able to function in this relationship because I like to be in charge of what I like to be in charge of. And I only want to disagree with one tenet that you said, and that's about women not being able to work together because they'll have men come in and control them. I think women are capable of working together and working on their own and not being
Women do not want to give up their resources to another woman, that just in general.
But no, I don't want to give my resources to man or woman. I don't want to give up my resources.
But if they are in love, you volunteer it.
No. That's where I'm just saying, this is where I disagree with your tenet. I think that women have the capacity to be business women and to control their businesses, not be subject to any man that happens to come in it, and we can deal with each other on a business level without having to have...
Is that a hint?
Miss, no, I'm just trying to say what I believe, because I'm trying to get out.
thank you.
I just don't want to leave women with the belief that we've got to have... that we're not just people, independent business, strong people that have to be connected to a man sexually in order to be able to do business with one another. That's all I'm saying. I'm all done. $5,000 in favor of you. Laptop goes to you. Charlotte and Alexandria, I thank you so much for joining us here today. It was very helpful. I appreciate your opinions, and my best to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This matter is adjourned. Today, I was presented with a man who had 4 wives, and the most interesting thing about it was the problems that they had were just like the problems of any other 2-person marriage.